our best. But
Okay.
anyway, so I'm Francine Lou Miller, for those of you that don't know me, and I have actually have a background in trading. So I spent 20 years in the institutional markets. I traded stocks for global hedge funds and mutual funds for about 20 years, did some institutional research sales during that time as well, and just got to see kind of firsthand how the little guy is screwed in the markets, right? We don't know what we're coming in front of and what I might be doing on the other side of your trade. So it just really instilled a desire in me that if I ever went back into that space to help the little guy, the individual investor. And so, long story short, I ended up getting involved in the crypto space about 4 or so years ago because I saw the blockchain as a way of leveling the playing field. So we can actually have really great returns that were once just only reserved for, the uber wealthy guys, let's just say, or the institutional guys. But, there's a lot of scams and there's a lot of, misinformation out there as well. So I was experimenting with bots and really wanted something where I could custody my own funds. I'm not sending them off to a third party. And I came across Ed through my friend Attila Hevesi, introduced me to Ed about a year, almost just a little over a year ago now. And I love the system because the bots I was experimenting, and Eds is not even a bot. We call it an auto trader because of the built-in money management. The bots I was using would run out of money. They would turn off. I think I'm trading for the past week, and no, I'm not. I go in and I got to tweak it all the time. And I didn't want anything to micromanage anymore. Just not interested in trading for myself. So anyway, Ed came along, and I was just amazed by Ed's background because he was actually one of the original 350 programmers and software engineers at Microsoft back in the day, worked his buns off and was able to retire at the ripe old age of 39. And I hit record right after Ed was sharing what happened to 60% of his net worth that vaporized within weeks in the 2000 dot-com crash. So he said, "You mess with the wrong guy. I'm going to show that this number is going up and down on the screen, and I'm going to hurt you for that, whoever you is."
Is
that,
that how I sound when I say it?
yeah, yeah. Um,
I'm
so anyway, yeah,
gonna have
let's
to deepen my voice a little. I'm gonna hurt you.
So Ed, let's jump right in. Maybe talk about a little bit about why and I just want to say too, Ed and his son work together. So Ed doesn't need to be selling auto traders. This is just word of mouth. He still has his nest egg, his millions, but this is a passion, which you'll see as this call continues on, and he gets to work with his son who's been programming these things for 15 years as well. And it's just a real kind of like a little family business here. And I'm just grateful
It
that,
sounds like one, but
yeah,
we're not. We're big, man. This company is.
yeah. I was just talking to Tom about that you have thousands of clients, yet it's still just you and your son, which to me is a testament for how smooth this thing operates. Like you don't
On
need
top of the number of servers in the co-location center, we got racks, many racks of
how many
servers. It's a
servers?
lot of servers to be
Yeah.
managed by a couple of us. But and we're solid as a rock, man. I've been doing this 25 years. And my son's
Yeah.
got a biochem degree and he's been doing it since high school for the last 15 years. And he's a master. I'm telling you, I was just asking him last night. We got a new server. We get lots of new servers every week come in. And then
Mhm.
we configure them before we take them to the co-location center and plug them in. And I was just watching him going through all that. And I'm like, hey, he knows more than I do about setting up a server. It's like, dear Lord, Stephen. And it's like, I mean, he's not. You'd think he was certified in everything. It's like, how do you know all this?
Yeah, it's amazing. You guys are amazing. And like Ed said, he's been doing this for 25 years. He
I'm a
started.
software guy. He can do software and hardware and AI and everything else.
Oh, that's amazing. So, yeah, Ed, so 2000, you created the Auto Trader for stocks, and that grew really big. You had Ameritrade, E-Trade reaching out to you for APIs to your service, and had screens of what you have said, ways of people to shoot themselves in the foot. Anytime
10
anybody wants
screens
to
of ways to
start,
blow yourself up. 10 screens
yeah,
of ways to blow yourself up. I
yeah.
got rid of all that in this version.
So
That used to
something,
be downloadable software. Do you mind if I pipe in just a second?
no, yeah, go ahead.
Let's try to stay with what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it used to be downloadable software onto your computer, and that was a lot for the public to handle all over the world, downloading software and all. So I went web-based in 2020. I went web-based, so all the auto traders are running on my servers now. So you don't have to
Mhm.
worry about is your computer running, and you don't have to worry about configuration, updates, all that stuff. You don't have to deal with any of it. Plus, the auto traders run 1,000 times better and faster in the intranet. And all
Yeah.
the data's right there. It doesn't have to go over the World Wide Web to get stuff. It's all right there. And
Mhm.
those auto traders run like the ever ready bunny rabbit, man. And the way it's configured is because it's all in the intranet, a lot of different programs are all doing the dirty work and feeding the auto trader what it needs. So the auto trader itself is just doing one thing: show me the money. It's just chasing
Yeah.
money. It doesn't have to worry about where's the data getting data. It doesn't have to worry about the AI. That's on other servers, and it's
Show
just
me
it
the
just
money.
it's just got everything it needs feeding to it, and it just sits there running. Just it's flying, man, and it's just
Mhm.
looking for following that money. Wherever the price goes, the auto trader's trading. I don't care if that price drops 90%. We're down here buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. Yeah, it doesn't matter where the prices go. It's just a joke. It's an
Yeah,
insult
because
to humanity, really. I call it that. After 25 years, you can imagine.
yeah, because and just so you when you say that ad, I want everybody to know that the auto trader will never sell a position at a loss. So it'll hold on to this for, when we have a bounce, and it'll just be buying and selling down there. So the money management, you have that 90% or 75% trade window. So you're never out of the game. So this is a long time or long term, pulling money out of the market over time. And that's
Almost every day, you're taking free money.
yeah, yeah. And when you were talking about putting it into the web cloud-based version, and my two favorite things that you did was you put all those charts I used to stare at all day long when I'm trading stocks. 27 technical indicators are in the AI. And the other thing about that is your AI has 25 years of history, which no AI on the planet has that. So it's
And
pretty
you
neat.
know, when she says the AI, she's not like other
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, I have an AI trader." That's not what I say. The AI is separate from the trader. And AI is an add-on. It's like a bell and a whistle, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
The AI has 27 indicators. You can get the book yourself, Technical Analysis from A to Z. It's about that thick. You can buy it on eBay for a few bucks, I think. And it's got all the indicators. And they're all programmed into the AI. And they let the AI, that's just pattern recognition. It's looking at years of those indicators, the patterns.
Yep.
And so that's all in the AI that separately. So when the auto trader sees profit, and it says, I want to take this profit. Like you bought it down here and it went up to there like that. It bounced. Even 3%, a small move doesn't have to be big. It could be big or it can be small, whatever. But it's even a 3% move, I'm taking money. So
Hmm.
when it goes up about 3% or more, the auto trader says, I want to take profit. So then it calls the AI and says, what do you think, AI? Do you think it's going to go higher? That's what I asked the AI. The software knows it wants to take profit. But if the AI comes back and says, I'm 95% confident that it's going to go higher, then the software will hold off and it'll let it go higher. And that AI is only good for about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. It can't predict out an hour or two from now. It can predict a few minutes based on what the environment is doing, what the market's doing. And it can say, well, based on these patterns here, I'm 98% sure it's going to go higher in the next couple minutes. So the auto trader will hold off and it'll let the price go a little higher. It'll keep calling the AI until the AI says, I can't see it going higher. Then the software will grab the profit.
Hmm.
Same
Yeah.
thing on it'll run fine without the AI, but the AI is a nice add-on. Yes.
And theoretically, if that price is dropping, you can get the variations in between. But have you ever run into a situation where that price just drops
I
and does
love it. I
it,
wish.
no,
I
no,
wish.
but it never comes back up.
No, it doesn't have to go back up. Alchemy Pay. Let's take ACH, Alchemy Pay. Perfect example. I started trading that 3 years ago when I first automated the crypto market. As soon as I turned it on, that was the coin I bought. Alchemy Pay, ACH, right? You're familiar with Alchemy Pay? Sort of like
Uh,
Apple Pay
Tom's brand new
worldwide.
to crypto. He's
as of
brand new.
yesterday, as of
Yeah.
Oh,
yesterday, I heard of it.
all
Uh,
right. Well,
Crazy
ACH
me.
was a 12-cent coin 3 years ago. I bought it up here for 12 cents. My trader did. That coin went from 12 cents to 1.5 cents. You'd have thought he's getting killed. I got to be getting killed, right? All those wiggles, all that free money. By the time it went down all the way to 1.5 cents, you mind if I share my screen real
Oh, go
fast?
ahead, Ed. Go
But
ahead.
I'm going to
but
Yeah.
show you my live
theoretically,
trader.
theoretically, Ed, I was just saying, if it didn't have wiggles, if it just went down to 1.5 cents and stayed there, then
Then it could stay down there for the rest of my life for all I care. I'm gonna sit here and trade it like this down
Yeah,
here
Tom, if there's
forever.
no wiggles, which you're talking about is a scenario, I mean, that the stock would just have to die. If there's no wiggles, then it's out of business.
But
So
you would only put your toe in the water up here anyway, so you lost
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit. You lost
right,
nothing. You only
yeah,
bought one lot up at the top and then it crashed down to here. I've never seen that happen. But look
right.
what happened when it does wiggle. Look at the
in
free money. I mean,
practicality, it would probably be if a company just went broke, they just went out of business.
yeah, I
But that,
haven't seen it. But
yeah,
I mean I haven't seen anything like that in the last 3 years. But you can see the 326,000 that I've taken in profits. This is my live trader. No baloney here. I mean I take profits almost every day. And that adds up forever.
Mm.
Literally for the rest of my life. There's nothing they can do to hurt me. That and yeah, I'm sitting on $77,000 of open inventory of stuff I bought it up here that is now the price all the way down here. But it's okay because I just keep taking profits forever. This number here just keeps getting bigger. That never goes down. It just keeps accumulating. I keep taking profits till I die, and there's
it,
nothing they can do to stop me.
Ed,
I mean, I got them trapped.
is that amount there, the 326, is that in cash or is it in crypto?
No cash.
Oh, okay.
That's profits. You can see down at the bottom of the screen. Here's the trader down here on the lower right. You can
Mhm.
see all these profits. Like here, June 10th. It took all those profits right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $7,500 or something. On 6/11, which is just yesterday. Yesterday was actually a down day in the market. All the coins were down just like they are today. I can see up here on the upper left today's move. They're all negative, which is okay. You buy it and then but it did have one sell on that day. ACH wiggled. Look at what it did on 6/11 right here. It opened at 6:03 in the morning. It bought ACH. You can see the shares right here are there, 327,931. Then at 11:52, what is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 hours later, it sold it for that $199 because it went a little higher. See the price? Then 3 hours after that, it rebought it again. So I mean, I bought it, it went up, it sold it, it went back down, bought it back. Got you trapped. I got the market by the you know what's. I literally got them trapped, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. I feel like it's illegal what I'm doing. This is just because look what it does. Look what it looks like in here. Look at the trades on the lower right. Look at all that free money. And these here are like these are buys, and it's okay because you sell your inventory. It's just no different than running a store. You sell the stuff on the shelf and you restock the shelf. You got it, and you just do that repeatedly. I mean, every day it's just all this free money, all this free money. Look what happened on. You want to talk about Alchemy Pay, ACH? On January 24th, it was 2.2 cents the share, the price. On January 27th, here it started taking off. It started running. The price started running. The 27th, look at all this free money. Look at all these cells all in a row here. Look at all that free money on that run. And it's still January 27th. More on the 27th. No, all that inventory I said I bought on the way down, look where it's all going. All selling off on
Yeah.
this beautiful wiggle. That coin went up 250% in 4 days. Thank you for the free money. And then even on the 29th, I really like is look at on even the 30th, it was still going. And what's nice is while it was going up and we were taking this profit, look at these opens in the middle. It tried to go higher, but then it would pull back a little. And the trader said, I'll buy more now again. So not only am I selling off old inventory, I'm actually adding inventory and selling it off while it's going up because it's not going straight up, it's wiggling. So man, and in 4 days, man, I mean that coin went from 2.2 cents to 5.6 cents.
Mhm.
Beautiful
Yeah.
free money.
Yeah.
I
And
mean
you're
literally
probably
free
sleeping
money.
part of that time while it's happening.
And this is all ACH, one coin. So don't worry about any.
Yeah.
I never worry about a coin going out of business because no matter where it goes, I'm just going to keep taking money. People want to make a lot of money. And if I envision this as a 7-Eleven without the bricks and mortar. You don't have to have a building. You don't have to hire people, stock shelves, have somebody at the cash register. having idiots coming in stealing stuff, you know? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you had a store,
Yeah.
this
But
is
I
a
don't know.
7-Eleven without the bricks and mortar. You put product on the shelf and you sell it at a higher price. It's not rocket science. It's what we've been doing for thousands of years. That's
Right.
how
Right.
business is done. Everybody else is turning the crypto market and the stock market into gambling. I've taken all the sport out of it. There's no gambling going on here. And there's no mystery. It's not a black box. You can click on, if I click on this plus up here in the upper left corner, it
Mhm.
actually opens up to, all those individual lots. Well, there they all are. They're
Yeah.
all right here. It's showing you all the individual lots that it owns of that coin.
And Ed,
So if I go,
I want the new people to know just really quick before I forget that this is the interface and all of your funds are held in Coinbase. So
yeah,
GoBaby Trade connects to like an API through to Coinbase or your Kraken account. So you'll see all your positions in Coinbase. You'll see
everything's there. I
transactions.
have no access to it. The
Yeah,
trader has no access. It can see your account and it can send orders. That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
Coinbase and Kraken fill the orders. But look what it says here. It's showing me on that last lot that it just purchased. If I hold the cursor over ACH here, it's 611. That was yesterday, I guess. So it bought that one yesterday. It's down 4.5%. It's showing me right there. That's what it's at right now. It's okay. Here's the current, this shows current price, which is this number here, 20396, right? It says right here, next estimated buy price, next estimated trade price. It says if the price drops to 19613, that's what I said, from my last buy, it went down. It needs to go down from 2.0, from 2 cents to 1.9 cents. If it goes down to there, it'll buy more, right? If it goes up from right now, it's at 2 cents. If it goes to 2.2 cents over here, it says it's going to sell it and take profit. Unless the AI says, hold on a minute, it's going higher. So, but that's what it's going to do unless AI stops it. Other
Yeah.
than that, I mean, this is not a black box. There's no mystery. There's no secret. It's
Mhm.
precision. And nobody, by the way, these are not limit orders sitting in the broker, letting the public know what you're doing. You're invisible to the world. The
Yeah.
auto trader knows where it's going to buy and sell. Nobody else in the world knows. You are invisible.
It's
Do you
another
And
one of
that
my
way, nobody
favorite.
can mess with you. I sat in a day trading house when I was first learning the market when I decided to automate it. Because in 2000, all through the 90s, I was at Microsoft and all, and then I had all these tech stocks, right? And they were all just going up in the 90s. I didn't know anything. I just knew that I owned all the tech stocks. Microsoft, Intel, Dell, Qualcomm, they were all going up. Micron, And so you didn't need to know anything until 60% of my wealth vaporized in 2000. Then I went to a trade house called a prop house where all these professional traders were all sitting behind desks, behind monitors and because I wanted to know, what do they know? I need to learn this. I'm going to automate the market. I knew I was going to do it, but I had to learn what everybody's doing, right? I need to find out. So I went there and I bought some Microsoft. And then I'm a very vocal guy. I think you could tell. I said, I said out loud, "Hey, how do I know when to sell this Microsoft I just bought?" I just threw that out there to see, and everybody could hear me. And somebody walked up to me on my right shoulder and he said, "It's easy. You see that guy's order right there? Those limit orders everybody puts out at the broker?" He
Mhm.
said, "Do you see that guy's order right there? Sell it right under him."
Right in
I
front of
couldn't
him.
believe
Yeah.
it. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, you guys can't even trade unless you're looking at other people's orders. You're
Yeah.
robbing these people. So you ever wonder why it won't hit your target price, your limit order? Because it tries to approach it, but then it pulls back. It's because all the professionals are selling their shares under you. They're making fools of everybody. So the first thing I knew is stealth mode, baby. I'm hiding everything. No limit orders. My traders never, since from the beginning, I never put a limit order in public view. The
That's
software
amazing.
knows, and that's beautiful. It'll go through your profit goal like hot butter.
Yeah.
Ed, do you do this same strategy with stocks, or do
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Works
so,
great.
so you
My
have
clients
another?
have been using my traders, my stock traders, since like 2005. They made a fortune. Like Microsoft went from $30 to 450. They're loving it. Absolutely.
Do
So
you
Just it's
still
that's
do?
free
it,
money.
but that's a different program.
It's the same. It's another subscription,
Right, right.
but the screens and everything look exactly the same, and it talks to TradeStation, that broker.
Yeah.
Whereas the crypto trader run. So you would need two accounts if you were going to do cryptos and
Uh,
stocks.
what would be the difference between the two, though, in terms of what one would be a better subscription to have, or
Let me tell you, let me tell you, when I turned on, I was people were asking me all the way in 2017 to automate the crypto market. I kind of sloughed them off. I was busy, entrenched in stocks. I didn't have time for it. Then after, and remember, the original software was downloadable software, and I had 40 support people because it was supporting people all over the world, and they needed a lot of help because it was on their computer, the software.
Mhm.
And and people don't, I'd be doing Windows updates for people, for crying out loud. I mean, that's how bad it was.
Mhm.
So once I went web-based, I sold that other company off in about 2018, I think, and I rewrote the software to be web-based so that it runs on my servers. Now I got two support people. Don't even need any more, really. And
Hmm.
that's it. And so what was I gonna say?
Oh, the difference between the auto and the stock trader, like returns,
Yeah, when I
like,
turned on the crypto trader, when somebody asked me, when I finally automated the crypto market in 2021, as soon as I turned that crypto trader on, I said, "Oh my God, I'm done with stocks." I knew it right away. I'm done with stocks because I'm
Just
telling you, cryptos
the
fly.
volatility. Yeah.
Volatility. Cryptos, man, they'll go up 50% in a day and drop 50% the next day. Stuff like that. That's gold to an auto trader. The auto
Mhm.
trader's having a field day, man. We have crazy days, man. I mean, we get multiple down days in a row. If you look at my trader right now, let's just look. All right, we had all those sales on 610, which is nice, a few days ago. 611, I only had, that was yesterday, only one sale. Okay, and then the rest was buys. Nothing wrong with that, because you can see you always do that. You have multiple,
Yeah.
one day,
I
like look
haven't.
at 528. That was a bunch of buys, and
Hmm.
then if I go a little higher here,
It's
and
your
then a
in,
few sales on 528.
it's your inventory.
Yeah, you're building your inventory. So now today is the 12th. Let's go up. And it's funny, I haven't even bought anything yet today. Not yet. It's okay. It's actually telling me if I go to ACH, if I go right here, it's telling me what the price has to drop to. And I'm not at 196, it's only at 20. So it hasn't dropped quite enough yet. That's okay. See, the auto trader, you can't fake it out, not even for a fraction of a penny.
mhm.
Look at Doge. It's got to go to 1766 and it's at currently
And that's because your
1.8.
partners,
So it still has to drop a little bit more. That's okay. You can't fake it out. GRT, let's look at where he's at. It's got to go to 8.6. It's at 9.3. No sweat. I'm in no rush. You can't fake out the auto trader. Shiba Inu, it's got to go to the four zeros after the decimal and then 1143, and it's at 1253. So it's got to drop a little bit more. I'm only down a couple percent on these. No problem. Not worried in the least.
right.
Mhm.
It'll Hey, we don't dictate to the market what to do. I mean, we let the market come to us.
Mhm.
Everybody else is trying to get. I hear people on days like this when everything's down, they're like, "How come my auto trader's not taking profit?" It's like everything's down, man.
Yeah, you're building inventory. We have to have the down
This
days,
is
so we love the down days. Ed, let's look at the screen where you set the parameters, because the reason that you're holding off, your auto trader is holding off, is because it hasn't quite reached that
the
down
goal, the target
3%.
goals. Yeah,
Yeah, 3%, which is how we have the auto trader set. You could set yours up to be down 2% if you want, but um
yeah. Here,
it's the recommended.
these are the rules. The strategy's already built in. Like sometimes some people like, here's your coins that you're trading here, and here's how much money it's got available, and you got allow buy checked and allow sell checked. If you just wanted to accumulate on the wiggles but then hold the coins and not sell them at all and just build inventory, you could just uncheck allow sell. Boom, there. Simple as that. It'll buy on the wiggles, but it won't sell anything. Some people do that with like XRP. People are in love with XRP and they just want to build inventory. Some people are doing it with Bitcoin. They're just accumulating their Bitcoin. The software knows when to add. It's not like, see, if you're dollar cost averaging and stuff like that, people think they're doing like throwing $100 every month into the coin. like out of their paycheck, they're doing it all wrong. They're adding at the wrong times. Dollar cost averaging is supposed to lower your average price. If you're adding while it's higher, you're actually increasing your average price. The software knows how to do it properly. So it's beautiful for just dollar cost averaging and not even and if you just want to build inventory. But you
And are these trades made in Bitcoin? I mean, are you buying and selling?
no,
Not
no, no,
but
USD.
it's
USD or USDC. A lot of
and
people use USDC because Coinbase gives about 4% interest on that, on your excess cash. You always have a lot of cash on the sideline. Now, that's another issue. Some people feel like when they first get their auto trader, it catches them off guard. Guy's got $10,000. He wants $10,000 all in stocks, and I'm like, or in cryptos. I'm like, no. If you do that, you're a buy and holder. You just went in all at the top, and you have no money to trade down here. And you're missing thousands of trades. Think of all those people 4 years ago when the crypto winter started and they went all in up here and the coins dropped all the way down here 80%. They're missing thousands of trades while they're sitting in that inventory up here because it has to go all the way back up there for them to break even, whereas us, we're taking profits almost every day.
And
but
and that's when you
I didn't
start.
quite catch that. You're saying you're trading in dollars. Or
Yeah, USDC or USD, that's what it's in Coinbase.
USDC is the same as US dollars, Tom. It's like the US dollar on the blockchain, basically. It's pegged to the US dollar. It's equivalent.
Or you're not a crypto guy?
No, he's
no,
All right,
no,
Tom's
it's
Tom's trying
better
to.
than stocks. But US, it's just like in your Robinhood or whatever, you have cash dollars.
yeah,
When you put $100 in and go in Coinbase, it's actually stored in not dollars, but it's called USD.
okay.
It's the dollar. It's the same as a dollar. But then
So you could,
USDC is a crypto coin that what is it called? A stable coin that
Yeah,
mirrors the
stablecoin.
dollar.
Yeah, it's
But it's
pegged
a
to the dollar.
crypto, but it's a coin, and the software uses that as the cash.
do you have a choice as to or does the
You
systems?
choose it. You can say USD or USDC.
What do
Well,
you use?
what he's saying is
USDC.
most people use USDC, Tom, because you do earn an annual percentage, an
You
APY
have
on
in,
that of
yeah, you got a
4%
lot
a
of cash
year.
sitting on the sideline that's sitting there waiting to be used down here because the software only puts it puts it allocates the funds so that you always have money to trade no matter where the price goes. So there's a lot of money in reserve for if the price was to drop, you have money to trade with. So you have a lot of cash sitting on the sideline, which is good, but you might as well get interest on that while it's there.
And you do that by choosing
USDC.
USDC. And
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
we help you do
you
that.
you would
Right,
do that when
Francine?
you
Yep.
got on your Coinbase platform. You do
Yeah.
Yeah, when you deposit the funds like from your bank, you can do it right inside Coinbase. You don't have to go to the bank. You can
Yeah.
just do it right in there. You connect to the bank, you deposit whatever, 1,000,
We'll
ten
go through
thousand,
all that stuff,
fifty
Tom. I help.
thousand, million,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
okay.
I've got clients with
I'll
two
do that
million
with
trading.
I'll do that
With
with Francine. Yeah.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
is
she's very good.
is there a percentage? This is a maybe an unanswerable question,
No,
but
it's answerable.
okay. For
I can answer anything.
Go ahead,
all
Tom, and then
right.
let's finish
So
looking at this. Go ahead.
yes, but I mean, for an individual, is there a certain point of their net worth, or say not net worth, but of their cash worth that could be invested in this, or at what point is it no, you're doing too much, or is there any
Nope.
limit of,
The more you do, the better.
okay,
It's a number. No, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers
yeah.
game. 100% of a million is a million. 100% of 1,000 is 1,000. How much you want to make? People go.
What is
I
the
have a
account
blog out there.
what
I
is
put a
the account
blog.
is that too personal, the one we just looked at? What would
That was
that
$1 million.
$1 million? Okay.
Ed started that account with 200,000, and you can see the dates on December 19th, 2021.
Yeah, and since then, total profits taken 927,000. It literally this. I'm telling you, and you can see the 927 over here in the closed positions on the right. 326, 183,000, 230,000, 187. It just keeps adding. All
Well,
that numbers down below, you see all those profits, they add up like crazy.
and Tom, that was the top of the bear market. Everybody talks about this bear winter in crypto. In 2021, right at precisely the time Ed started his auto trader and started like mentioning it to friends.
The worst time you would
Yeah,
have thought. You
We
would have
went
thought I
down
got to be the
80%.
You would have thought I got to be the unluckiest guy in the world. I released a fully robotic crypto trader and the market started tanking.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
So
God, I mean, what are they going to
he
think?
he had
You
no
know, and
idea
I'll
that
tell you,
like
it took a year. It took a year, and then people started calling me, you know, I mean, because I'm friends with everybody. They started calling me and texting me, and they said, Ed, look at my closed positions up here in this on the right.
yeah.
He said,
But
look at my closed positions. And what it was is this number overtook this number, the open positions. It took a year, and then there was no looking back. It was no looking back because we just kept taking money, and the market was still going lower. Thing is, they can only think of it in a mathematical term. This isn't rocket science. A coin can only drop 100%. It's just a number, 100%, right? Profits, you could take 10,000% in profits. It's like this bucket in a well. This I like to show this stuff because I want you to understand the internals of how this works.
yep.
And it's really, really a great thing to get. I asked an audience, I'm going to stop that for a second. I drew a picture of this bucket in a well on a wall, on a whiteboard. I was presenting to an AI group. I was showing them how to develop AI. 80 people, really smart people in the room. And I saw a whiteboard and I drew a picture of a bucket and a well. And I said, if the bucket starts at the top and goes all the way down and gets the water and goes all the way back up and dumps it out and keeps repeating that for the rest of your life, go all the way down, all the way up, dump it out, how much water can it pump in a lifetime? It's not a trick question. I just threw it out there to see what they would say. 80 very intelligent people in this room. They can program AI. They were smart. So that the first question, obviously, is how big's the bucket, right? And I said, it doesn't really matter. I'm saying it's going to pump that water for the rest of your life. How much water can it pump? Then they started throwing numbers out. 1,000,000 gallons, 1,000,000,000 gallons, 1,000,000,000,000 gallons. Nobody questioned that. I said, okay, very good. Now, what if it's the crypto market, I said. And I said, but it doesn't have to go all the way down, and it doesn't have to go all the way up. All it's got to do is go down a little, up a little. And here we are. So I said, like this. It goes down a little, buys, goes up a little, sells. How much money can that pump? And it goes lower, it's okay. Hold those losers, don't worry. We'll buy and sell down here forever. I mean, I got the market trapped for the rest of my life. And if it does a big jump like that, it'll sell all those off too that I bought up there. How much money can that pump in a lifetime? Then the whole room of very 80 intelligent people, it went silent. And I heard one guy, you have to laugh. I heard one guy in the audience go, there's no way that could be real. I love it. There's no way it can't be real. I'm trying to see if you believe the
It's
well that's
because
worked for 1,000
we're
years.
we're
How can you not
programmed.
believe this?
Yeah, we're
It's free
programmed to
money, I'm
scarcity.
telling you,
We
man.
really
You guys
are.
are gambling. Stop gambling. It's just free money. And it's
Mhm.
real. Honest to God, this software is real. Actually, when TD Ameritrade called me in 2006 out of the blue. I mean, I don't advertise. I'm word of mouth. Guy calls me from TD Ameritrade, a head guy over there at the time, and he goes, "Will you connect your auto trader to us so our clients can use it?" And I'm like, "How do you even know me? How are you calling me?" I mean, I said, "I don't advertise. I'm just word of mouth." You know, and he answered with two words, and I thought those two words were so profound I can't get them out of my head. He said, "You're real." Isn't that cool? Wasn't that like the most awesome
I'm
answer?
real.
You're real. I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel, that feeds your ego, you know what I mean? Because that's it. I said, yeah, you're right, I'm real. I'm the only one that's real.
Mhm.
I was the only auto trader in existence that traded the stock market unattended like that. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden these bots start coming out in the crypto world and they're all fake. They don't get it at all, man. None of
Yeah.
them get it at all. And they're all gambling is
They
all
are
they're
because
doing.
they're all based on strategies and market charts and all this stuff. And
Throw it all away, man.
you
Give me
have to
the money.
micromanage. You do have
You're
to.
selling stuff in a 7-Eleven. You're not over here looking at charts and stuff. How many Butterfingers are you going to sell? That's all you care about. I'm turning
Right.
inventory. That's what this system's about, is just turning inventory. And your
Yeah.
question, Tom, about how much money to put in, I actually put a blog out there, a video on the website that literally says what not to do with trading crypto. And you know what I said in there? That it was like a 3-minute video. Don't mortgage your house. because people were doing that. I get people telling me, yeah, my loan's almost through. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you what happens. Once you get going with this and you start seeing it, everybody's doing it. They're trying to find money to throw in. They're getting credit cards and getting cash. I mean, they're getting 30% interest credit cards and taking the cash out and throwing it in their auto trader. But if you're getting 100% a year return, maybe it's worth it. I don't know, but I don't like the idea of it. And I would not want to put a mortgage on my house, man. I don't have a mortgage, man. My house is paid off. I would not put a mortgage on my house. If you don't have a mortgage, don't create one, for crying out loud. The market is going to keep feeding you money for life anyways. Just take it easy. People are in a rush. It's like you make so much anyways. You don't need to be gambling.
But there could be a dry period, right? I mean, if you needed cash, if you needed that liquid cash, you need so much.
If that happens, then what I would always suggest is this.
Yeah.
I live off my account. You see this right down here in the lower left. This current profit saved. There's 131,000 in there right now, right? I've been living off this account for 4 years. I have a Coinbase Visa card. It takes it's a debit card. It takes it right out of my cash out of my Go Baby Trade. And I mean, not out of Coinbase. Every time I use that card, I literally used it this morning when I went I went to the store this morning at Sprouts. And when I went to stick it in the machine to pay, I always think the same thing. It's just like tuned into my brain. The card that keeps on giving. It's free money. I swear to God, I've been living off. I bought a $200,000 car a couple months ago, a Range Rover, 200 grand cash. Don't even think about it. I don't care. It's just sitting here in cash. It's dead money. My auto trader's not even using the profits. The auto trader's job is to make money. You spend it however you want. Now I have it set. You can see right here, the default is you're telling the trader percent of profits to save 100%. So all the profits are going into the save bucket. The principle of the trade stays in the auto trader so he can use it, but the profits are going into here. Some people set this to 50%. If you do that, you can set it to 50%. Then if I make $100, $50 would go into the save bucket. The other 50 would be able to be used by the trader to build your principal so it can trade more. As long as I don't save the screen, this won't do anything. So I could just leave the screen. But I mean, look at the returns here. I don't mind showing it. This is a 1-year report. I don't look at month to month, that kind of stuff. So what I was saying, by the way, is if you don't take more money out than what's in your save bucket, Tom, then you're okay. If you take out more, then you're pulling principal from the trader, which means it'll start trading in smaller lot sizes if it has less money.
Ed, can I just say really quick on this report so everybody knows that Ed does remove all of the 6 and 7 figure accounts, of which there's pages and pages, because he doesn't want people to know you have to have like 100 grand or 500,000.
I got people trading with $1.7 million accounts. I mean, you're allowed to trade up to 2 million in one account. I've got clients that have 10 million running 5 auto traders and they're mad at me. You know why they're mad at me? Because I wouldn't raise that number. I could change one push of a button, I could change that trader to allow it to trade with 10 million. But no, I didn't create this for rich people. I created it for everyday people like us. I consider myself a regular guy. I don't care how much money I have in the bank. I created it for the masses. All these people that have been getting ripped off our whole lives.
Can people put in a 401k?
Yeah.
That can handle that.
That's Coinbase Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little tricky, Tom, because I have been researching that you don't have access to all the cryptos. So
there's limitations.
There's limitations given the amount, and I'm not a financial advisor. This is not advice or anything like that. Personally, I just think it would make sense to cash out of something. Perhaps that's what I would do, because you're going to make up the difference in the auto trader anyway. But I consider it. I went through this whole process with a woman who has an IRA, and it just didn't. It was
sometimes it's a pain in the neck to create that. It's a regular. Most people just trade with regular accounts, but we do have Coinbase Prime accounts. But you can see this guy. What's in here? He started with $3,000 1 year ago. Everybody here has to have been running for a year. The rule of this report is no manual trades. If you did a manual trade in your trader, you're not even going to show up in the report. It knocks them right out. because I don't know what's going on. If you're doing manual trading, I can't trust that the trader did that. You did that.
Sure.
And what's important about the trader is these numbers is we only care about two things. What'd you start with and how much profits did you take? It's the profits taken that matters. And these are the kind of crazy returns, you know? And you might say, well, what's the difference? How come this guy only got a 200% return and he got a 4.77% return? It really, because how much money, how much inventory did he have at the beginning of that year? He might have started with a bunch of inventory that he was able to sell off, whereas he might have been just starting in the beginning with just cash and he didn't have any inventory and he had to build that inventory. There's two phrases I use a lot. It's that down is good, and I always tell people if you put that on a t-shirt, you got to put my name under it since I made it up. Down is good. People freak out when the market's going down. That's when millions of people out there sell their coins at a loss because they're freaking out. I'm like, take it easy, man. I never sell one coin at a loss, and I never execute a manual trade. Inventory. A well-seasoned auto trader, remember this, a well-seasoned auto trader, this is one of my originals also, has a lot of inventory. You gotta have inventory. Because if I have a lot of, each one of these is one lot, one buy, right? If I have a lot of inventory, when that coin jumps 20%, I'm selling off a lot of inventory and making all that money. If you're sitting on one lot and the coin jumps 20%, fine, you made 20% on that one lot, but you didn't have a whole bunch of inventory to sell off and make a real lot. I got like a 20% move is like 20% moves if you have a lot of inventory. But if you only got one lot, then that's 20% move. So there's a lot, all this, it takes a while to absorb it all. You know what I mean? Listen to more videos, tune in, we talk about this stuff and it eventually all sinks in.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking fast. Normally I don't do this, but
I
Francine
know.
ruins it by telling me I have to hurry
Exactly.
up.
Well, we're a small group, so if anybody has questions, post it in the chat or just raise your
Yeah.
hand, chime in. But let's go back to the page for the parameters too. And Myron, go ahead. Did you have a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, what I want to know though is how do you get started though? Is it y'all have
We
your own
help you.
company? Yeah, help
It's
me.
so easy.
I'm interested in that right there. Yeah.
Do you have a Coinbase account,
No, I don't know nothing about none of that.
Yeah,
Francine?
so I could
It's
help.
so easy. No, it's no different than opening a brokerage account. You open up a Coinbase account just like opening a TD Ameritrade or a Schwab account, right? You go to Coinbase.com, you open up your account, and
I just posted.
then you deposit money into the account, and
Right.
then you connect the auto trader to it, which Francine does. It's within 10 minutes you're trading live. Let me put it that way.
So
And
I
it's running on
posted
my
a link.
servers, and the strategy's already
Okay,
built in.
The
Hey,
thing is, right? I'm just gonna be honest, right? I did 32 years in prison, right? I got out in 2013, right?
Sorry to hear that, man.
Trying to find a legal way to make money. You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
hear
So I've
you.
been out since
Hey, I'm from
2013.
Chicago.
Is that right? I'm from LA originally. Yeah. I was
You
a
guys
crip
play
out of LA.
poker? Did they play poker in prison?
All that. They did all that.
I would have
Yeah.
got beat up a lot because I could play some poker
Right.
when I was a kid.
Yeah. Right. But see, man, I want to, you know what I'm saying, do something legit now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with that game banging stuff no more. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
thanks
that,
for.
what you say,
Well,
when
God bless you.
you say autopilot, pilot, right? You mean it just runs on it? He runs on his own?
100%.
You gotta be
100%.
kidding me. You don't
I
do
don't
no
even,
work?
nothing,
No,
zero.
it's hands off.
Oh man, you
I
gotta
did.
be kidding
I
me.
know this does
Huh?
not exist anywhere else. Nobody's ever had anything like this, and I've been doing it forever.
And you
Ed,
can make millions. You can make millions. Just kick back.
can
Go
I
on
just
to
say, let me just say,
Doing
Myron,
nothing.
Huh?
okay, guys, I did post it. Can you look at the chat? I posted
All right.
in the chat
Go
the
on here.
link to Go Baby Trade to join, and also I'll post my phone number, which is in my
All
email
right.
as well, so you guys can reach out to me personally for
Okay.
questions. And we can, I can help you get started.
I really need to get started on that. I'm trying to be like I'm trying to fly all over the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You know,
Well, this
that's good,
is
that's
the
good.
holy grail. Really, it is.
Yeah,
There's never,
you
and I'm not
saying
bragging. There's
yeah.
just never as I already know. I get the feedback. I got thousands of clients for 25 years, and And I've automated the big brokers, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, MB Trading, Autoshares.com, and a few other ones over the years, all by request. Brokers call me and say, will you connect to us? I've also, are you familiar with American Association of Individual Investors? You ever hear of them?
Nah,
AAII.com. They
nah.
have chapters all over the country, right? They were
Uh-huh.
calling me all the way since 2005 because they needed speakers. There was no chat, Zoom, and all that back then. They said, will you come out to our city? You know, West Palm Beach, Florida, Seattle, Washington, Dallas, Texas. I mean, everywhere. I presented all over this country. And I would fly out there and present to audiences. And you can't pay for the education I got. Talking to these audiences, learning what they're doing, learning. And I realized something very important. Everybody wants to make money, but nobody knew how. They're all gambling, every one of them. And you know, and I showed them how this is full automation. I took all the sport out of it. I took all the stuff that doesn't that I saw everybody doing, and I threw it all away. And I said, we are not chasing indicators. We are chasing money directly. We're not going to let that market breathe without giving us money.
Yeah.
We got that coin trapped in a 3% window, or 3% down, it's going to buy, 3% up, it's going to sell. And bigger moves down or bigger moves up is all the better, but we got them trapped in that box. And that coin can never move without us buying or selling. And the lower they make it, remember something, when a coin goes down and you feel bad, Tom, when a coin goes down and you're feeling bad that it went down, millions of people are in that coin and they're all down. Every one of them, all over the world. That coin is trapped. And with us, when people buy up here and it goes down here, they're in trouble because they're not trading and they're sitting with all up here. Now it's got to go all the way back up there for them to break even. Coin drops down here on us, we buy more. We trap the market down there. You went down there, now market, you're going to pay the price because I own shares down there. Now what are you going to do? And if they try to go lower, I'll buy more down there. Now I got you really stuck. What are you going to do? You going to keep going down? You want to run Microsoft out of business? That's what I used to say. You want to run Microsoft out of business to steal a few $1,000 from me? Then be my guest. I'll buy it every way, all the way down. And when they ran that thing to 400, how much money do you think I made on the way up? I'm not even going to go there. I don't need any money. There's
And
a
to
little
that
thing called
point,
deep pockets. I don't need it. Not
to
putting
that
that
point,
out there.
Ed, I just need to clarify something for everybody too, because what happens when people start their auto trader, and Ed has mentioned, is that they want to be all in, right? Because they want to start making money right away. But you have to season your auto trader. So it's not something, Myron, where you're going to put your money in and immediately be taken out, 4%, 10% a month or whatever. We got to season it, and you have
Let
to
it
accumulate
build
inventory.
inventory.
So when you heard Ed speaking about the first year, it took a year and
It
then
was going straight down.
it's gone
So
straight
yeah.
down. So we have to be patient with it and let it season and get its groove on, and we'll be really happy.
I mean, I
That's,
got a
that's,
guy that just signed up a week ago, and he's already saying, "Well, I don't know. Based on the money I made this week, I think I'm just gonna have a hard time getting back the money I put in." Well, you're trading with $1,000 for one. That's not a lot of money, and the market's gone down just about every day this week, and well, you get, you don't even. I mean, I got people that make back their money in one day. It's all about how much money you put in the account. Even if it took 6 months to get your 3,500 back, then you still got three-year license.
Right.
I mean,
Myron,
relax,
yeah.
man.
go ahead, Myron. I think you started to say something.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying, you just gotta have patience. You know what I'm saying? So think you
That's
go,
the name.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just take it easy. People are
Yeah.
so antsy. And now I'm going to show you this report here. This is a critical report. I only created this a year ago, and it's a monthly report. It comes out once a month. It's the highest trade counts report. This is some people call this the $1 billion report. It shows when I first released it, because every month I improve things on the report. I expand it. When it first started, it was just the symbol name and how, if you were trading that coin, each coin, how many trades did it do in the last year? So this one, 1,899 trades. This one here, 1,846. When I say trades, I'm talking about closed trades, profitable trades. Then, and then I said, a few months after that, I said, well, let's add the price of the coin so people can see what it is. And let's add the average trades per month. And that was a good thing. And then I said, well, wait a minute. Some of these coins have big months, like that 645 and that 445. And I'm like, that could skew some numbers. So then I added the monthly counts. How many trades did it do each month for the last 8 months? You can see, like last month of May, this one did 34 trades. And in April it did 98 trades. See that? What I don't like about it, even though it's the #1 coin in terms of the highest number of trades, it still had a low month, 18 trades over there last October. I don't like that. Now take the next one. Its lowest trades, #2, but he had a 14, only 14 trades that month. But then his next lowest was the 41 and the 55. But then look at how big all these other months were. What I like is #5, SUI, SUI. Its lowest month was at 38. The next lowest month, 78. And then 98. I mean, can you imagine getting 100 trades a month out of one coin on the Wiggles? Free money. And now if you look at the bottom of the report, this is where the junk comes in. You start going down here and you got all these coins down here that are giving you junk trades. You're hardly getting anything every month. Look at these numbers. They're garbage. You know, I feel bad about even Bitcoin. You know, it's on line 329 there. Bitcoin right here, its best month all year was 35 trades in a month, 278 trades in a year. 35 trades in 1 month was its best month. I go up to the top here and look at #5, Sui's. Sui's worst month was 38. Sui's worst month beats Bitcoin's best month. See what I mean? So we know, Go Baby Trade users, don't trade all that garbage at the bottom.
Yeah, and Ed has
It's all
his default.
junk.
Ed has
All
the
this,
default tokens he's been trading for a while. So lots of people will say, I don't know what to trade. Like, what are you trading? So we can pick one of like Ed's favorites, ACH, and then grab a couple from this list. And
yep.
there's people that spread themselves too thin. They want to trade 10, 20 different names, but
Nope.
we really
Don't do more than 5 coins. That's it.
no more. And if you only have
Because if
like
you do too many, I know people trading with 40 coins, they're allocating their funds 2% per coin. They got trades going on all day. They're not making any money. I'm like, you want at least 20% of your money allocated to each coin. So you got a good amount of money. When that coin moves, you want to make some money. And like I can tell you right now, the top coins that people are jumping on. By the way, when you sign up, as soon as you sign up, after you get the count, you put your credit card in, the very next screen comes up and says enter your symbols that you want to trade, right? And it's got a default button. The top coins, and you know what they are? #5, SUI. This one.
Oh, you
'Cause
have the top coins as a default now, Ed?
Yeah, I changed them to because those coins I was trading, I didn't have this report 3 years ago.
Yeah.
These,
So what
if
are
I
the
was starting today, these are the coins to trade: SUI, Bonk, Pepe down there, Ando, Ando. He's all the way down here on line 21.
Ed,
And Whiff #14, and you can see why. Look at the number of trades. It's consistency. If I trade a coin that's never done 6 trades in a month, and it's always done at least, I mean, this month right here was a slow month for everybody. This month right here, whereas I like the consistency of these.
right.
Where you're always getting a good number of trades. You're never getting like 10 trades in a month or 3 trades, So because that's what it's about, is this constant turning of inventory. I mean, you're getting thousands of trades a year, and that's what it's all about, just
So,
where's
let me ask you
Pepe
a
here?
question. So
Yes.
so the coins and stuff that you trade at the end of the day, it becomes USA money, right? It becomes real money though, not just coins though.
Oh yeah, well, coins, yeah, they're just like if
Because
you bought
it's
Intel. Say you bought Intel stock, you're sitting in the Intel stock until you sell it, then it turns into cash. It's no different. It's exactly the same as the stock market. There's no difference here. It's exactly 100% the same. Some people say, well, in the stock market, let's talk technical for a second. In the stock market, I own a portion of that company when I buy their shares. But in the crypto market, I don't own a portion of that company. Yeah, how much Intel Intel do you think you own when you bought $1,000 worth of Intel stock? Nothing. So quit acting like you own the company. You don't own anything. You bought the shares so it'll increase in value so you could sell it. That's it. I mean, they're just, they throw these.
Yeah.
I've heard every negative thing you can think of over 25 years, everything. And everybody, and I'm going to tell you who all the pessimists are. Always people who don't own an auto trader. You can't go to the internet, type in Go Baby Trade and see if anybody's saying anything bad about Go Baby Trade. Not the users that own it, the people
Hey,
that don't
Ed,
own it, who are in
Ed,
denial because they
bef-
think that this can't be real. Even I have a hard time comprehending that they would even allow me to do this. I feel like I'm just robbing the market. It's like I got to be stopped. This is literally free money. I'm not even lying, Tom.
Not yet, Ed. Wait a while. Wait a while.
I know.
yeah,
I
well,
feel
it's
like
just
it.
the software, you guys. That's why they
But I'm
can
not
it.
violating any laws. You know
It's
what I mean? I'm
simply,
just, you
yeah.
buy it at one price, you sell it at a higher price. It's how business has been done for thousands of years. I'm not doing anything wrong. It just seems wrong because I'm doing the money management. And
Right.
that's what changes the whole game is the proper money
Let's
management.
go back to that page, Ed, so we can show them that real quick with the settings, so we can show the trade window and where we can decide if it's up or
Okay.
down 2%. Yeah, yeah.
The settings are already there. Here's the strategy. Probably 99% of the people never touch the settings. It's only one small screen. They're very simple. I mean, this is it. One simple screen. Enable AI. I never let anybody disable that. You can't disable that because AI can't harm you in any way. There's no reason to ever disable that. Because let me tell you, Tom, for a second, there is a faction of people out there, a number of people would you almost think, based on the numbers that they changed their settings to, you'd think they put their hand over the name of the setting and just started changing numbers randomly. It's like, what are you thinking? This thing is precision. Why would you mess with this? And they're changing the numbers weirdly. You know, they're just changing numbers randomly. I don't know why they would do it. Because, you know, that's why I don't let them disable AI. Some people would disable it. And if you mess anything up here, you always got the default setting showing what it was. So you can always put it back to the actual defaults. So here, I'll give you a quick synopsis of each of these. Max lots open in a single day. Say the coin's it's crashing, like you said, it's going straight down, right? The auto trader's not going to go buy like a nut. It's not going to buy 200 twice in one day. Buy, it
Flip
dropped
to a
more,
short.
buy again. Now stop until tomorrow.
No
It's not going to
short.
buy more than 2.
It
And if
doesn't
I didn't
short.
close that position today at all, then the next day it's not even going to buy 2. It's only going to allow it to buy once.
And somebody asked about shorting, I
Stretch
believe.
that money out. No, we don't short. Shorting has unlimited risk. In a short, a coin, you're betting that a coin's going to go lower. But if it goes higher, it has unlimited risk. It can keep going higher forever. If you shorted Microsoft at 30 and it's sitting at 475 now, you want to jump out of a window.
No, the situation
Whereas,
you were describing, you said that the AI notices the coin going down and down and down. And my question was, if the AI is noticing that it's going down and down and down,
only
can
in the
it
next
trigger
20
a
minutes.
short
No,
and then trigger it off once it
No.
starts to go back up?
nope, that doesn't work that way. The AI can only look about 20 minutes out. It's looking at the current system, the current market conditions. It's not looking out to tomorrow. It can't say, well, this coin's going to drop over the next 6 months. Nobody can do that. And if they say they can, they're lying. They'd be rich. If I knew those answers
No,
to
we
that,
were
I'd be
we were
richer than
talking
Warren
about just
Buffett.
that one situation where you're watching the market and it's going down and down and down in a
Nah, there's no
5
such
minute
thing as going
span. So
down.
my question was about flipping it there.
No, we don't do short. There's no such thing as going down. Actually, we don't even use stop losses. We accumulate because don't worry about what's going on today. Let it build up because you got the market trapped. When it goes up, you'll sell that inventory. That's not what's important. Like my original trader has a stop, had an indicator on the screen called lock in loss. And this is back in 2002. And somebody called me and said, what is this lock-in loss? I said, well, that's if you bought it up here and it went down like 3% and you want to lock in that loss. He said, isn't that a stop loss? I said, well, what's a stop loss? I never even, I didn't know, I know how to make money in the market, but I'm like, what's a stop loss? He said, well, that's if it's going down and I want to stop the loss. I said, how do you know it's going down? You know it went down. but you don't know it's going down. If you knew it was going down, you'd be richer than Warren Buffett. You don't know that. And the software's doing the money management. I changed the name on the screen to stop loss to appease everybody. But in the stock trader, it's not in, we don't have stop losses in our system. We add the losers. But internally in the system, in the database and all, it's still called lock-in loss. I don't lock in losses. I'll hold that position. It will go back there. Don't worry. And even if it doesn't, I'm gonna make all my money down here at the bottom. I don't care. I don't care if Alchemy Pay goes back to 12 cents. It can sit here and go from 2 cents to 6 cents for the rest of my life. And I'll just keep taking free money down here forever. So, but we don't short at all. Shorting has unlimited risk. If you short something and it takes off, you're dead. Whereas on a long, I can manage that, because the worst that can happen to you on a long is it can only drop 100%. That's a fixed number. But profit-wise, I have unlimited profits, because I could take 10,000 in profits. I could take 100,000% in profits. Just keep taking money forever. That's what this is: buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. It's just free money for life. If you just relax, like Myron said, it's just a patience game, because you can't force things to happen. Let the market do what it wants to do. You have no control over it.
Right,
And
right.
Ed,
yeah,
finish.
and some people want to control the market.
Finish this page here with the rest
Okay.
of.
So we limit the number of trades in a day, so that if the market's doing badly in a day, we stop the bleeding real fast. Just buy it a couple times, just to stay near the price. You want to be buying when the price is going lower. You want to stay near the price, because if you don't, say you bought it up here and then you stop it from trading because you feel like it's going down too much, and then you let a 30% drop happen without you owning anything inside that window, what'll happen is the price will get inside that window and you're in no man's land. The price is going up and down. You're not making any money. You got that gap. I never have more than a 3% gap between buys. So I'm always taking money. Anytime that coin makes a 10, 15, 20% move, I'm selling multiple lots off of inventory, taking all that extra money. The next thing is we put a 60-minute pause. This is one of the first things I said when I turned on the crypto trader for the first time in 2021, is I said, I got to figure out how to slow this thing down. This is crazy. This isn't the stock market. These coins are flying all over the place, man. They're up 19% 1 minute, down 19% the next. I got to slow this thing down, let the prices move around. Don't feel like you got to add on that 3% drop. Let the AI kick in. Let it decide, does it look like it's going lower based on the overall market? And let it, let the coins, let the market breathe, is what I say, and then jump in. So we put a 60-minute pause between the buys, so that it won't just buy, real fast, or sell so fast. The next thing is, this next one is take this amount if reached. What happens is, on my trader, which I don't think we have time to go into, but we can look real fast. Take this amount if reached. I'm going to show you something real fast here. Down here, I'm going to go down to some of these. Like this right here. You see this? Take this amount if reached. It says the reason it did that trade. I had that thing set to $500. So you see, I was cutting off my profits by doing that, because it kept going over 500 and it started closing them too fast. So you start with $100. See, you want to lock in a certain amount of profit. You have your goal set to 3%, but if the coin's running, you kind of want to let it go. But at the same time, in the crypto market, a coin can jump up 20% and a minute later drop 20%. So you're at war with the market, and you're trying to grab as much as you can, but you gotta get those profits, because if you don't take it, you're gonna lose it. Okay, so that's what that one setting is about. So it's it starts at 100, and if you get too many of those hitting where it says that it's stopping at the 100, then raise it. But you kind of want to be somewhat squeezed. I set mine to 10,000 now, because there's $1 million. It's almost $1 million account. So I don't want it to hit so much. You'll understand it after you have it more. Profit goal is very simple, 3%. Some people say, why not set it to 10%? You miss all the small moves. The 3% move, the 4, the 5, the 6, 7, 8, 9. You're missing hundreds of trades down there while you're waiting for a big move. So you don't want to do that. You want to set it low, but you don't want to go 1 or 2%. Then it's too low. 3% seems to be the sweet spot. All right. It was 2% for a few years when the market was just going straight down over the last few years. But then last November, the day before the election, actually, things were still, I could see that we're picking up. We're getting bigger than 2% moves. So I raised it to 3. And then I sent email to everybody and I said, hey, I'm raising my strategy to 3%. I'm changing the default to 3% for all new clients. And I told everybody, if you want me to change your strategy to 3%, I'll do it for you. Even though all they had to do was go to the screen and change it and save. 600 people responded back and said, please do it for me. I'm like, really? You could have clicked on that. That's all right. Anyways, now this one here, another simple rule, pull back after reaching goal. In the stock market, a lot of times if a coin or a stock is going higher, you'll kind of wait for a small pullback. So kind of ratchet higher. As it's going higher, you kind of look for a small pullback to get out, to let it run. We don't need that because we have AI. So if the coins, if the auto trader, when it sees the profit that it's reached already and it says, I want to take profit, it calls the AI. If the AI doesn't say it's going to go higher in the next few minutes, then just take the profit. That's what I'm saying. Just grab it. If the AI doesn't say it's going to go higher, I don't need to wait for a pullback. I could lose the whole 3%. You know, if I sit around waiting for a coin to go the other way. So this one here, I'm almost going to remove it from the system altogether. Like I said, I had 10 screens of settings originally. I get rid of things that don't work out well. Because cryptos move differently than stocks. Cryptos jump around, stocks move around. See, there's a difference. It's crazy, right? I mean, hey, I live and breathe this stuff. So for a lot of years, nobody else has. I have an unbelievable advantage because of it. Because being retired for 25 years, I got all the time in the world, and I'm a master programmer. Do not close lots; it will be immediately reopened. The software simply says if the software knows if I close this position right now, it's just going to buy it right back because it's looking ahead and it's looking at if I close it, am I just going to buy this back based on the entry rules? If I am, then don't close it. Otherwise, all you're doing is giving fees to the exchange. You close it and then buy it right back. Makes no sense. So people check that, enable that. Do not allow, and it's already set by default, by the way. Do not close lots. It will be immediately reopened. If it knows it's just going to buy it back, don't close it. That would be stupid.
And Ed, sometimes people are confused as system calc equal funds versus system calc equal shares. The default is actually equal funds. So just leave that button. That's that because when Ed initially created the trader, it was equal shares. So he's leaving his at that, but all of us want to be equal funds. And so I'll go just
equal funds means the trader's going to invest the same amount of money for every trade. If it's buying in $100 lot sizes, it'll buy 100 each time. In a declining market, if I'm investing $100 as the price is going lower, I'm actually buying more shares than the previous buy because I'm buying it at a lower price and I'm still investing the same amount of money. So it's actually favorable in a declining market because you're increasing your shares on the way down, as opposed to if it was going higher. You don't want to be. In any case, equal funds is better now.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into it, but this decides the low lot size options, tells it how many shares to buy. There used to be a third option up here that I got rid of, and it said you could tell it how much you wanted to trade in, like $1,000 lot sizes. Guy's got $5,000. He says he wants to trade in $5,000 lot sizes. You did one buy, you just ate up all your money. Where did the money management go? I got rid of it. The software's doing the math. Actually, the next two rules are the critical ones. Add shares on price drops. It says I'm going to add on 3% drops. That way, I've got this market squeezed. I'm always within 3% of a sell, no matter where, no matter how that market moves. And here it says the default, when you get it, is here. 25 lots. That means it's gonna allocate funds. It's gonna on 3% drops times 25 lots, 3 times 25. See, we look down. Everybody else says, when I buy something, it goes up. I say, when I buy something, it's going down. We manage the loser. He who can manage the losers will win. Everybody else is expecting things to go straight up. I have no expectation. I expect it to go down. I want it to go down, actually. So 3 times 25 gives you a 75% trading window going down. That means the coin can drop 75% and you're always in the game no matter where it goes. If it should drop below the 75%, all your money would have then be allocated already, right? Because you put it went all in. However, your profits are not allocated. They're all sitting in a save bucket. So if it went down over the 75%, you'd be waiting for it to go back up to that where you own the shares so you can start selling them off. In the meantime, you'd be out of money down here, right? So then you just extend this real easy to 30, pushes your window down to a 90% drop, allows it. But now where am I getting the money to trade with in that window? Because it's all in my save bucket. Then you just go to your save bucket, manage profits, edit amount. I'm going to release 100,000 minus 100,000 from my save. See, I got 131,000 in there. Save. Now I only got 31,000. I just released 100,000 to the auto trader. Now I got all that extra money to trade down at the bottom. And some people set their savings to 0. And I'm like, you're not thinking ahead. That save bucket it's important. Number one, it lets you live your life because you got all that free money to be living on. But it also comes in handy if the coin should drop more than 75%. I'm going to put that 100,000 back in there. I did save that one.
Now, if we move into a raging, when we move into that raging bear bull market, actually,
I can put a plus and put it back. There.
So Ed,
I'm sorry, Francine.
There might be a time when we move into this big bull run that you say, okay, I'm releasing some funds to the auto trader, and then you can decide at that point if you want to release more. But the smallest trade window you would recommend is maybe 60%, right?
Yeah, I don't like it when people start doing stuff like this, where they'll put in like a 10 lots deep. 3 times 10 is only a 30% window. The coins dropped 50% in the last month. These coins literally some coins went from 5 cents to 2.5 cents. Yeah. They got cut in half. If your trading window was only 30%, you put all your money in that 30% window up here, prices go down here, you don't have any money.
Yeah.
And I literally get calls from people saying, how come my auto trader's not buying anymore? I mean, and I'm not putting anybody down, I'm not going to give any names, but I do talk about you if you do something dumb and I share it with people, all right? So don't feel bad, Myron. Especially if you're on the video and you know I'm talking about you, but I'm not telling anybody your name. This one person started with a $42,000 account. This is honest to God truth. 42,000. The auto trader invested 2,000 right away. Of that 42,000, bought $2,000 worth of crypto. 40,000 is left saved to trade all the way to the bottom, right? Or 75% down. She goes to her Coinbase account, buys $40,000 manually worth of XRP. She just used up all her money. 3 days later, she's calling me saying, what the heck did I buy here? How come my auto trader's not buying anything? I said, you used up all your money. You did that to yourself. You took all the money out of the account. The trader doesn't have anything. It's like you left your purse at home and you went shopping. You got to the store and you didn't have any cash. Are you not thinking?
That's great. Well, thank you.
I'm too logical for all this. They drive you nuts. No, it's okay.
Thanks, Ed. Thank you so much and
it's only simple settings. They're already there. If you ever want to change anything, call me up. We'll talk. You know?
And I put everything in the chat, and I believe I have everybody's emails. So we'll follow up, and feel free to reach out to me as well. We'll connect, and thank you guys for being here. And Ed, as always, thanks for everything you do.
It's always a pleasure.
I'm super grateful, and thanks for sharing with everybody. Yeah.
Can I make one comment before I go?
Yeah.
First off, go Navy. I was a programmer for 8 years in the Navy. That's where it all started.
Yep.
The other thing is, then I worked for 2 years in nuclear engineering for the government before I went to Microsoft for 8.5 years. So those youngsters at Microsoft didn't know what hit them. They didn't have a prayer. Coming in right out of school, they could not compete. I had so much
Yeah.
experience.
It's
But
amazing.
what I was gonna say is, I'm not a salesman, all right? Even though I know I sound like one.
You're
But let's
passionate.
talk reality. I'm gonna just talk reality for 1 second. Every day that you're not trading is just another day
You're not taking profit.
that you're not taking profits. Every day that you're not trading is a day that you're not taking profits, all this money. And then sometimes somebody will call me up on a big day when the market's going up. And they'll call and say, I want to be all in, I want to be all in, Ed. Because I talk to everybody, right? And I say, you do realize that everything you're selling on this beautiful up day was bought on down days. So call me on a down day. I literally tell them that. So call me on a down day and tell me you want to be all in. Nobody ever calls on a down day and says, I want to be all in. But they all want to jump in. They want to throw all their money on an up day because they get like 4 up days in a row and they think that we're going to the moon. And I'm like, stop. This isn't the next 20 days could be straight down days. Don't fool yourself. So don't let the auto trader do what it does. It does the money management beautifully. So number one is every day that you're not in a trader, you're not making money. And also every day that you're not in a trader, you're not building inventory. And that's inventory. That's
Yeah.
what it takes the longest is the building of the inventory because you're building inventory on down days.
Yeah, you
So
got to inventory to take
you want to
profits.
start building that inventory. So if you're not signing up in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be thinking bad things about you, Myron. I'm kidding, man.
You're so
I'm
funny.
kidding.
You're so
I'll be
funny.
talking about you in my next webinar.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Thank you,
God
Ed.
bless you guys.
God bless
Does
you.
anybody have any
I
questions before we go,
appreciate
Francine?
I think they
the
got their
information.
questions answered along the way, Ed. And
All right.
Ed, Tom, did you have a quick one? Because we gotta.
All I'm saying is I appreciate the wisdom you shared with me.
Oh, thank you,
You're
I will
Myron.
welcome.
be in contact. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Y'all have a safe and blessed day, man.
You too. You
Thank
too.
you, Myron. God
I ain't
bless
gonna
you.
let. I ain't gonna do the wrong thing and make you talk about me either.
Yeah, right. I won't tell him anything, Myron.
I'm actually looking forward to talking to you, actually.
Yeah.
really, really, you're
Nice to have
awesome.
you
Thank
too,
you.
James. Talk to you soon,
All right.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you,
Y'all
Francine.
okay, you have a nice day.
You
Appreciate it.
too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Be blessed.
Bye bye.